Valentino Bailey was born in Gary, Indiana on January 14, 1956, as the first son and second oldest child of 7 to the proud parents of Leroy and Sachiko Bailey. His mother chose the name Valentino after the famous Italian actor Rudolph Valentino because he was one of the first American actors she loved watching both in Japan and the United States. From a very early age, Valentino was considered very bright, intelligent, and talented by his teachers. At the early age of 7, he was encouraged to enter a city-wide writers' contest, and his composition won first place. This landed him a trophy and a spot in the Gary Post-Tribune. His parents were so proud and happy. Growing up in Gary, Indiana, during the same time the Jackson family was starting their phenomenal career as the world's most talented family group, this gave Valentino the desire to learn to play an instrument, any instrument. With the influence of his band teacher, Mr. Tillman Buggs, at Frable School, he learned to play the drums. Beating on books, pots, and pans, or anything he could get his hands on, he became the #1 first-chair drummer throughout his educational career. He became the best drummer in the state of Indiana. Professional jazz and blues bands asked his parents if he could join them and travel as their drummer. His mother and father refused because they felt he was too young and still in school. In 1971, just 15 years old, Valentino created the drum cadence for the then NSA Brass Band Seattle Convention. It was the first time he and Diana, his oldest sister, participated in a national activity for the advancement of peace, culture, and education with the SGI-USA. Around the same time, Tino formed his own band, the Shades of Black, with local musicians that were considered some of the best in the city. He found it difficult to keep the bands together and decided to coach and mentor his own brothers and sisters to sing and play instruments, forming a band of family and friends. The youngest was 6 and the oldest was 15. The band competed in the annual Gary citywide talent shows for several years, and contest after contest, they won first place in each one. It was an exciting time for the family. They were so outstanding and unbeatable that talent scouts asked the then Nations and the Shades of Black to perform only as special guests and not compete anymore. Around the age of 16, Tino became interested in joining the military to serve in the U.S. Navy. As soon as he hit 17, he quickly enlisted and became a part of the Navy band, traveling and performing throughout the U.S. This journey was rich in experience, but was short-lived. After receiving an honorable discharge, he returned home and rejoined the family band with the dream of making it big time. By the late 60s and early 70s, the Nations and the Shades of Black performed in show clubs throughout the city and the Chitlin circuit throughout Midwest and South. After uniting with Gordon Keith, one of the Jacksons' former managers, they began performing as the opening act for celebrities like Ruby Andrews, Dee Dee Sharp, Gene Chandler, Jerry Butler, and James Brown. In 1976, the band toured the South as the headlining act throughout Memphis, Tennessee, and parts of Arkansas, their dad's hometown. The highlight of his entertainment career came in 1980 when he had the opportunity to professionally record an original piece entitled Heart of the Matter with his brothers and sisters. He was also able to perform this song with his family for their mentor in life, Daisaku Ikeda, and thousands of SGI members at the Medina Temple Auditorium in Chicago, Illinois, advancing peace, culture, and education.
It's in you. When you get to the heart of the matter, you're gonna find out the matter is you. My bossy thinks I'm lazy. Why don't you work hard? なた自身の中にある It's in you When you get to the heart of the matter You're gonna find out the matter is you Don't sit there in your troubles It's time you decided to stand and fight it Oh, you can change Don't just rearrange Don't just rearrange あなたが悩む問題はあなた自身の中にある It's in you When you get to the heart of the matter You're gonna find out the matter is you Oh, you can change Don't just rearrange Don't just rearrange あなたが悩む問題はあなた自身の中にある It's in you When you get to the heart of the matter You're gonna find out the
Royal children, sing proudly your mother's song.
Thank you.
Valentino began practicing Soka Gakkai Nichiren's Buddhism early in life, following his mother's heart and compassion and sharing the teachings with thousands of people. No matter what walk of life, whether you were homeless or handicapped, whether you were a doctor, lawyer, or president of a company, Valentino told them all about Nam-myoho Renge Kyo with the desire to help others to become happy, as he fought to become happy and whole himself. Valentino's life was definitely not a bed of roses. His life was very colorful, filled with many dark and challenging times, but he never gave up fighting to improve himself or to do the right thing. He married twice, first to Nadine Finley and second to Karen Mahone. He fell in love with numerous women, which resulted in 11 beautiful children, with one twin passing away at birth. Tino was very proud of his children and loved all of them, even though he may not have been present all the time in all of their lives. He also adored his grandchildren and celebrated birthdays and special occasions with them as often as he could. Towards the closing of his life, he made an effort to communicate his love and appreciation to each one of his children and passed away peacefully, surrounded by his family and loved ones. The love of his life for the past 25 years was his common-law wife, Letha Smith. He deeply appreciated her. They shared many golden memories together, and she lovingly cared for him until the last moments of his life. Valentino, congratulations on your wonderful cadence of life. You danced, you played, and you won. Let the drums play with the eternal beat of your heart.
Say baby, what you doing? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. Don't say that. Shut your trap. I'm sipping wine. In a robe. I look too good to be alone. My house clean. My pool warm. Just shake smooth like a newborn. We should be dancing, romancing in the east wing and the west wing of this mansion. What's happening? I ain't playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So if you're trying to lay in these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open. a lover unlike no other. Sad to see a new horizon slowly coming into view. Yeah, I know that I'm living for the love of you. Oh, yes, I am. I know that I'm living for the love of you. Every day I'm living for love of you. I'm living for the love each and every day. Oh, yes, I am. I want to say it one more time. Said I'm living.